Uh-oh, that's a good one. She needs water.
So, okay, so when I went on the first couple cruise with Organic Eleven, Taylor Sparks Company, I was beginning to understand this is going to be a journey of whatever I want, the best of the best, all the things. So the only thing is, am I going to do it? And I kept telling myself, that's not, how's you going to explain that as a mother? That's not good for you to do that. And I was having all these conversations in my head about a man that I'll meet who will ask me, did you ever do anything when you were on those cruises, and him judging me. And then I just happened to look around. I think it was the day before we left that cruise, and we were supposed to go to the resort next. I looked around and I saw everybody naked and happy and enjoying themselves by the pool. And I was like, why am I holding myself back from exploring what I've always been curious about? Because I'm worried about a man that I don't even know yet who's going to judge me. I should just do whatever I want to do. And so I told myself, I'm going to find a way to talk to these women and ask them if they will allow me, the women that I like, I want to ask them if they will allow their men to help me find out how much pleasure my pussy could handle, because I felt like I had a very high libido my whole life being married, and I felt I would never cheat, or I didn't want to, but I was always curious, like, I wonder how much sex I can handle though. I've only experienced what he's been able to give me. And that put me in the mindset of, I felt like I could have sex with multiple men, and I wanted to have that experience, but I don't want them banging me in the head with their dick and, treating me trashy. I wanted to be sensual. I wanted to be really good sex with multiple men. And so I did that. I asked the sisters, and they all said, girl, take them. Just make sure their balls are empty when you bring them back. I was like, and I feel embarrassed for some reason. I normally am not. I don't know why I feel embarrassed. Yeah, I invited those brothers out to a place that I found on the beach where I would practice orgasmic gratitude meditation under the stars. And we went to this cabana bed, and we all had a conversation about what I would and wouldn't want them to do to my body. And I wanted to find out what they do or don't want me to do to them. And they decided who was going to take okay, you're going to take the bottom, I'll take the top. You're like, what do you want to do? And it was really, really amazing. I'm not, it was very good sex, but it was an amazing experience, because when I went into it, I was kind of like excited that I can make this happen. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not in any danger. It's going to go down exactly the way I've always, not always, but that I've been curious about, like, what would this be like? And I remember I had one brother in my mouth, and the other brother was in my body, and they were kind of like going like this. And then I was like, I could feel the energy kind of like building up in my heart every time they did that. And so then I was like, can you stop for a minute? And they were like, okay. They were like, whatever I say, they were like super like, okay, she said stop, stop. And I said, no, I don't want you to stop doing it. I want you to stop doing it that way. I said, I want you to go in and you to go out and do it like that. And so then they got that rhythm, and it was like, oh my gosh, I was like, oh, I've never had this experience in my life. It was so amazing. And I could feel the energy flowing. And it was just the thing I feel with one man, I felt with two people. And then I remember it made me cry when I was on the beach too. But Dean said, we got to take care of this queen, and we all can't be up here, so I'll stay out, and I'll guard and make sure. And they were like, and I started crying, and they were like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, thank you for treating me like a queen. Like, I don't want to feel trashy to do this. I want to feel good about it. I don't want to feel ashamed or anything. I don't want to be treated badly, because I want this experience. And they were like, I don't know why, but their dicks got harder, and I was like, can I have a moment here? I'm being emotional, like, like, coddle me a little bit. And then the brother that was guarding the whole time, he was like, yeah, shit, get that, yeah, doing all these, sound effects in the background, so it was cracking me up. So it was like a bunch of emotions going through me. But the amazing thing was at the end, they were all sleeping,
Right.
and the
You
the
watched the
sand,
sun come up.
yeah, the sand was full of condoms because it was, like 5 hours of sex or 4 hours of sex, and I was up masturbating looking at the sunrise. So that's when I realized, yes, I've always had this feeling because I have this sexual power. Now I know it's not about pleasure. I mean, yes, it is. It's pleasurable, but I don't want to have that kind of sex all the time. I just wanted to find that out for myself. It's like, so, I mean, because if you have a hole, like, how do you find out? It's like, I want to know how good this can feel, like, and how
Yeah.
long. And like, I have questions, but the only way you can explore it is a toy is not the same as a man. So I wanted that
Never.
experience, but sorry, I got
Never.
crybaby. I was, but it was putting me in the emotions of when it actually happened to me.
It was good though. It was
Yeah,
such a
it was really
good
good.
experience. It was such a good
Yeah.
experience. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Story time.
I don't have
Band camp.
any
What happened when
band
you were at
camp
band camp?
stories. I don't have band camp stories like this, but I would use an